You have learned how to approach each of the phases of the 3-3-3 pattern with a line. You then learned how to organize virtual folders and apply the 3-3-3 pattern to a monologue. Now, we come to the portion that is perhaps of most interest to you as an actor, applying our technique to dialogue. Acting is not talking, it's action. One of the most important actions in which you will engage on stage is listening. To create an intriguing character and cultivate an environment that can spark chemistry between players, you must practice listening as you learn your lines. Listening on stage is active. It happens on many levels. It's a process we take for granted in our daily lives. However, you must practice listening as an actor. It must be practiced until the sensitive listening that must happen on stage becomes automatic. There are two types of listening for the stage. One type is technical. The other immerses you into the world of the play. The first type of listening that you will practice is related to the technical process of picking up cues. During conversation, we listen to others with varying degrees of interest, sometimes cutting them off, other times pausing to think about what we're going to say. On stage, you pick up your cues. You concentrate on delivering the first word of your line immediately after the last word of the previous line. In a technical sense, this is how an actor links their lines together in dialogue. In an aesthetic sense, it creates a world that sounds like ours, but is one that moves much more rapidly, quickening the heart rate of those in the audience. In everyday life, we listen with our ears. Characters on stage listen with their entire body. As your character listens on stage, they are trying to get inside the other characters. After they deliver a line, they open their ears and focus their eyes as they listen to see if what they're doing is affecting the other characters. Know the difference between line cues and action cues, and practice listening to and responding to both. Your line cues are those words or phrases that cue you to deliver your line. As I just pointed out, your job is to deliver the first word of your line directly after the last word of the previous line. Look for the word or phrase in the other character's lines that will cue you to accomplish this. There is a saying in the theater: you must earn a pause. One of the ways that you earn a pause is to pick up your cues. There will be times when a pause between lines is appropriate and can be dramatically effective. If you pick up your cues, when a pause does occur, the audience will take notice. On the other hand, multiple pauses are self-indulgent and slow down the pace of your show. There needs to be clear dramatic purpose before you pause between lines. This may be indicated in the script. It may be decided upon by you and the director of the play. Action cues inform you when to engage in a specific action, either external or internal. The most common action cues prompt your blocking. Score those cues into your script that prompt you to move from one part of the stage to another. Practice listening for these and move when the line or cue is delivered. Also, discover and practice listening to internal action cues. These occur when something is said or done that will cue your character to make new internal discoveries about the action. Consider the following pair of lines.
Don't say that, Dorothy. I've tried to avoid telling you this, but Justin wasn't there that night. The car was driven by someone else. I don't even know who it could have been.
Let's go back to the ridge and see what might have happened.
In this exchange, let's assume that Dorothy's objective was to get Dell to serve as a witness against Justin at trial. Dell's phrase, "Justin wasn't there that night," serves as an action cue for Dorothy. This phrase prompts Dorothy to abandon her objective of convincing Dell to serve as a witness. She makes a transition from this objective to the new objective of getting Dell to return to the scene of the accident. Because it's something that causes a change that can't be seen by the audience, we refer to it as an internal action cue. It's an action that occurs in Dorothy's mind. In order to create a realistic performance, you must discover and practice listening for these internal action cues as well. At this point, score in your folder where there are various cues that you should be listening for as an actor. When we come back, we'll see how to score your dialogue into 3 virtual folders for the 3-3-3 pattern. We'll catch you in the next episode.